Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Anne. I have a couple of stories for you today. One is going to be an old Mexican legend called La Planchada, the Ironed Woman, and the other is going to be a love story turned deadly. I hope that you enjoy.
La Planchada, or the Ironed Lady, is a popular ghost story in Mexico. In the 1930s, the Hospital Juarez in Mexico City had a nurse named Eulalia. She was known to always be very neat in her appearance. Her uniforms were always very clean and freshly ironed. She never had a stain, wrinkle, or hair out of place. Eulalia was very beautiful. She was also very kind and compassionate, and doctors definitely noticed her. Naturally, that bothered her coworkers. One day, a handsome new doctor was introduced to the staff. The doctor and Eulalia started dating. Rumors quickly started that the handsome doctor was flirting with another nurse at the hospital. Eulalia thought it to be jealousy and just paid it no mind. A little while later, Eulalia even became engaged to the doctor. They planned to marry when he returned from the conference. A couple of weeks passed. He still hadn't returned. Eulalia was so worried that something bad had happened to him. After several weeks, the hospital got word from the doctor. Not Eulalia. The young doctor met and married another woman in the town he was visiting. Eulalia was so heartbroken she became bitterly depressed. Her work suffered, and she was so neglectful. One of her patients even eventually died. Some say it was due to her forgetting to give him his medication. Others say it was because of her bitter cruelty. After this happened, Eulalia was so full of regret she became terribly ill and was so disheartened that she died at the same hospital that she worked at. After that, there were many strange occurrences in the emergency room. Patients and hospital staff started seeing a nurse walking through the area. The ghostly nurse had been reported to float and have a glow. Others say she walks normally, but no footsteps can be heard. La Planchada appears wearing a crisp ironed uniform, caring for patients who are neglected by hospital staff. When asked, the patients say a nurse came in and healed them. They say she appears as a nurse caring for patients because she's so remorseful of her mistake in life. Others say she's damned to take care of patients for eternity. In Gallup, New Mexico, on a warm summer night in 1913, a beautiful young girl named Maria was headed into town to surprise her boyfriend Pedro. He was going with his uncle to a dance. Earlier that day, Maria told Pedro she couldn't make it to the dance, so he wasn't expecting her. Maria wanted to look her best, so she arrived at the dance a little late. From a distance, she saw Pedro outside talking to another woman. Maria called out to him, but it was too dark and he couldn't see who called out, so he went back inside. Maria walked up to Pedro's horse. She took Pedro's whiskey and his knife out of his saddlebag. Maria sat down under a nearby tree and waited for Pedro. A couple of hours passed and Pedro came outside with the same woman and his uncle. Pedro put the woman on the horse and walked over to his horse. Maria ran over and pushed him off his horse. She jumped on top of him and stabbed him with his own knife. She did it with such force, it went right through to the other side. Pedro's uncle yelled at Maria to stop. She stopped, stood up, and started running towards him. He turned and started running for his horse, shooting over his shoulder. The bullet struck Maria in the chest and exited her back. Maria stopped again and walked into the dance hall. She walked up to a handsome man, asked him to dance, and then died in his arms. Maria and Pedro never left the dance hall. After that, the caretaker of the dance hall could hear whispering at night and seeing shadows in the dark. Some say they would even hear someone whisper in their ear, "Wanna dance?"
Hi guys, I added one more video. It's called La Pasqualita, and it's going to be about a human mannequin.
Pasquala Esparza, a bridal boutique owner in Chihuahua, was busy getting ready for her daughter's wedding. Just before her wedding, her daughter was bitten by a black widow spider and died on her wedding day. Shortly after, Pasquala displayed her daughter's wedding dress on a new mannequin. Word quickly spread around town of how much it looked like Pasquala's daughter. They began calling the mannequin La Pasqualita, meaning Little Pasquala. People said Pasquala was so sad she hired the best mortician, had her daughter embalmed, and dressed in her wedding dress. Look at her hands. They have nails in the nail beds, and the lines look very real. The mannequin was amazingly lifelike, beautifully flowing hair, clear eyes, and a bright complexion. Look at her eyebrows. They look better than mine, girl. Something even stranger started to happen. People started to say its eyes would follow them as they walked by the window. Others said the eyes would follow them around the boutique while they shopped. Then employees at the shop said when they would return to work in the morning, the mannequin would have changed positions. Some have even said a French magician fell in love with the beautiful mannequin. They said he would approach the window at night and bring the mannequin back to life and take her out. Some late-night drivers have said they've even seen the mannequin come to life.
Thank you all for watching, and please like and subscribe to stay tuned for more videos.